I'm breaking out like a motherfucker. All right. Whew. All right. Oh. Hello there. What is this? Me posting? And on a Sunday? We'll talk more about that. Hello everyone, my name is Sue and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I got a new camera and a sexy new mic to go along with it. So if you see or hear a difference in quality, whether it's increased or decreased, please let me know because I truly and honestly cannot tell the difference. So I would love that feedback. But anywho, if you're new here, hi, welcome. We are about to detox over some tea talks. And basically what that is we're gonna have a sit down, we're gonna have a nice little one-on-one chat. I'm gonna share with you some new things happening in my life, whether they be interesting or lewd. And we're gonna grab our favorite age-appropriate beverage today. Mine is sweet tea, like Southern sweet tea, Miss Alabama. I'm so hyped right now. And yeah, we're just gonna get cozy and we're just gonna get right into it. Let's go. I'm on a roll today. I'm really f***ing feeling it. Also, I just remembered because it's Sunday, yesterday was Halloween, so I hope everyone had a really nice and safe Halloween. I have a costume. I don't know if I'll wear it because it's technically November. Should I wear it? It's like eyeing me up and down in the corner. Good, I'll be right back. I'm gonna strip. I'm back. And I'm a fish this time. Happy Halloween! Hi, Georgie. Come here. Come say hi. Georgie's dressed up as an asshole for Halloween. Stop. Okay, so before we jump into like the meat of our discussion for today, I have some really wonderful things to talk about. Let's just talk about the posting schedule. If you know me, if you've been around this channel for quite some time now, you'll know that consistency is something I had great problems with. I'm not good at keeping on schedule and constantly uploading things. If you don't know, again, I am a full-time college student. I'm actually in my senior year. I'm getting ready to graduate next semester. And so what that means is a lot of the classes that I'm taking are pretty intense, to say the least. And along with that, I'm in an internship that does also take up a lot of time, along with other personal endeavors I have. So I just have like a lot on my plate. And my original plan was I would post every Wednesday because it says on my schedule for work and school that I am free on Wednesdays. There's one burp. That I'm free on Wednesdays. And so I would be like, yes, that's when I can film, plan ahead while also posting and like be up on my game. That worked for like 2 weeks. And then, you know, life hits and shit hits the fan. So I've decided that instead on Wednesdays, I'll post bi-weekly other skits and projects that I've planned in my head because they take longer than a week to plan and film and edit. But every Sunday, I'm going to post one of these, a tea talk or one of my candid conversations, which is also on my channel. You should check that out. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Yeah, so Sundays will be our nice one-on-one catch-up, like end of the week, beginning of the week, however you see Sundays. And Wednesdays, bi-weekly, I'll post something new and different that's not really a tea talk, but other things I have planned. So I'm very excited. I hope you are too, and let's hope and pray to God that Sue can handle this. I know I can, I just gotta put my f***ing money where my mouth is. But yeah, that's it. All right, moving on. So, okay, if you might have noticed, I'm feeling very hyped and energized today. And I think I know why, and I don't think it wore off. So let's talk about that. Shit's about to get wild. Okay, have you guys ever heard of creatine? Creatine. No? Because I haven't either till like 2 days ago. Let me explain. Okay, so I do martial arts. I do martial arts pretty intensely now. I'm a 2nd degree black belt, very proud of it, cool stuff, whatever. So I'm in the martial arts studio 4 to 5 times a week, exercising and doing all that good fun jazz. And when I first started back up, I was quite the little spitfire. I was really going for it. I was pushing myself. But now that I've been doing it again for I want to say 3-ish months, maybe 4, I don't know, somewhere in that timeline, I'm kind of feeling lethargic and a little burnt out. And that's not cool, that's not fun. I don't gain anything from that. So I'll go into the studio and I'll train, but I'll be like, man, like, shit, I don't want to be here. And that's not cool. So one day we're lining up for class and my martial arts mom, I love you if you're watching, hi. My martial arts mom asked our master if we were gonna like work out today. And I was like, why would you ask him that? Why would you do that to us? Because now he's gonna push us extra hard. And she was like, well, I'm asking because I'm about to use a pre-workout and I don't want to waste it. And I was like, what's a pre-workout? And she goes, oh, it's C4. Have you never heard of C4? I said, ma'am, that sounds like an explosive. So C4, it's a pre-workout powder beverage that has creatine. I don't really know what creatine is. All I know is that it makes you feel tingly. And I was like, C4, so it's not what I'm thinking of, that illegal, not fun boom boom stick. It's a powder pre-game beverage. And I go, huh, I've definitely heard of that before and seen it before. It's the thing that military men take, you know? And with my experience of military men, they're a hot fucking mess, they want to commit way too fast, and they act like a C4 bomb. Hand it over. So I went out and I bought myself some C4 and I only took half a scoop. They say take a full scoop like 15 to 30 minutes before you work out, but I was like, I'm a small little boy, so I took half a scoop. When I tell you that I was seeing lasers, I took it yesterday. Went to the studio to work out. I was so laser focused on what we were doing. I just had so much endurance and so much stamina. I was kicking, I was punch, I was in it to win it. I was sweating every way, did not faze me. We were holding stances, like horse stances, like squats, for like a solid 5 minutes while our master was explaining stuff to us, and I was like a statue. I was honing it in. It was like Adderall, but for working out. And then they were like, all right guys, it's time to spar. So I put my sparring gear on, my pupils dilated. I step into the ring. I really don't remember much, unfortunately. All I know is that I was up against a peer who's really good, really fast, really strong, and I'm kind of bent, but I was able to land some hits. They got some hits on me, but I was like, yes, like, let's fucking go. Needless to say, I'm still on the C4, I'm pretty sure. I don't think my body's flushed it out yet. Like, I'm on a roll. But yeah, that was my experience with exercise Adderall. Be smart. Consume safely. If you don't need it, don't take it. Anyways, moving on. This fucking costume is... This is a lot. Pause. I can't wait to edit this and look at how fucking dumb I look. I can't wait. My hair is wild. It is everywhere today. It's fine. We were just talking about martial arts. Let me tell you a little bit more. So if you haven't checked out some of my other TikToks, you definitely should. I talk a lot about being a woman in martial arts. It's something that's very important to me. So moving on to that sort of topic and discussion. So a couple weeks back, I want to say like 3 weeks from now, I went to a black belt seminar. It was very exciting. I loved it. It was really fun. This was the first black belt event that I've been to since I was 15 and took my hiatus. And I was like, hell yeah, let's go. And I learned so much, and I'm so incredibly thankful for the wonderful people I met. So Tung Su. Anyways, we were learning how to judge sparring matches at tournaments. And if you don't really know what that is, basically it's 2 people that get into a ring, there's a center judge and then 4 other judges on every corner of the ring, and they fight and they call out points. It's like it's basically what you see in the movies. I'm not gonna lie, it's like that. So they were explaining to us, when you have 2 women in the ring, you have to break up the fight a little bit differently. So what happens is you, like, the two girls will enter the ring, they bow and whatever, and the center judge has to break them apart and like physically put their arms between the two girls and separate them. And so normally when you do this, it's at like chest height, but for girls, obviously you don't want to be groping. It's happened before. I kicked his ass. But yeah, they were explaining when you center judge two girls sparring, you, like, to the face, you break them up like neck and higher. And someone made a comment. It was not my favorite comment. And they were like, why would I have to do that? It's just sparring. It's not that deep. I get it. I understand why they would say that, because the idea is like equality, but sometimes equality doesn't cut it. You know, we need equity. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, I was like, why should I, you know, even with the 12-year-old boy body that I have, K-pop looking ass, why should I have to sacrifice my femininity to fit in into something else, or to make you feel more comfortable, especially in a male-dominated sport or lifestyle? And I wasn't too happy with that comment. I didn't say anything. I held my tongue because I was in the moment. It's like, whatever. But it really had me thinking, because I teach a lot of girls, and they are my pride and joy. I teach boys too, but I've put myself in this position of empowering our women. And I've encountered throughout my long life in martial arts two types of like categories that our female identifying students normally tend to be in. It's either being very quiet and submissive, or overly dominated, which is fine to a certain extent, but overly dominated to fit in with the male ideal and the male gaze. There needs to be some sort of like a balance. Does this kind of make sense what I'm saying? Yes, this is a male-dominated sport and lifestyle. That's just a fact, and we're not going to ignore that. But that does not mean that a woman or someone that identifies differently, when we enter in the ring or step onto the mat, that we have to match up to that old school standard, you know? So basically what I'm just trying to say is I don't want to be groped when I enter the ring. Because that is normally how you do it. I would much rather you up in my face than on my lack of boobie. But I was like, I can still be strong, I can still fight, I can still be in martial arts and hold my feminine physique, okay? Because mama knows she did not leave me lacking. Well, actually she did. She kind of left me lacking in the curve department, but you know what I mean. Some things just have to be modified, and that's okay. But yeah, that's all that I've got on that. Moving on. Okay, so our last little topic, well, maybe it depends on how much I want to keep talking. Our next topic is, we're going to talk about tarot cards. Before we delve into that, before I even speak further on this story that I have that I'm very excited to share with you, I understand that a lot of people don't like or understand or believe in tarot cards, and you might have your own opinions on that are different from my own. You might say like, oh, like they're not real, they don't work, it's fake news, blah, 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 blah. And I would just like to say, that's fine. You are very much allowed to have that opinion, just as I am allowed to have my opinion on tarot cards. I personally think that they're great spiritual tools. I quite enjoy them, but just because I enjoy them and perhaps you don't, I'm not harming anyone by using them. You know, I'm not using it with malicious intent. And I really don't think anyone that I've encountered who uses tarot cards uses it maliciously. You know, they're for yourself. So it's like if I like carrots and you don't, me eating them is not going to harm you. And you not liking them, it's not going to harm me either. We're allowed to disagree, and that's fine. That's all I want to say. But anyway, continuing on with my story. So I've been getting back into tarot cards. I just think that's a fun, nice, enjoyable thing for me to do and to connect spiritually. There it is. And I used to do it in high school, but I kind of fell out because I got distracted. Yeah, I got distracted, but now I'm back on my bullshit, so that's great. So I was out one evening taking care of stuff and errands, and then I popped into a spiritual store, and I'm just looking around. I'm kind of minding my own business, and I saw this deck, this tarot card deck, and it kind of spoke to me, and I was like, huh, interesting. And I kind of looked into it more, and I was like, I think I'm meant to have this. So I bought it. It is the Crow Tarot deck. Here it is. It's really nice. It's really pretty. And it's based off the writer's deck, which is something that I also read. So I was like, cool, this won't be too far off from what I'm used to. It's just like different art. And when you buy different decks and you get to know them, they're intended for different things. So you might get a deck that's based around like love and romance, and you might get one that's based off of like self-improvement or career. So I get into my car and I'm sitting in the Chipotle. I'm sitting in the Chipotle parking lot because I was about to get lunch. And I was just curious. So I went and I looked at the tarot deck. I didn't really open the deck yet. I just wanted to look at the box and read the little booklet that was inside. So I did that. It was nice, cool, and groovy. And then I closed the box, put it back in my bag, and I exit my car. And when I exited my car, I shit you not. I honestly don't believe that this happened, but like 5 crows were standing around my car, just like minding their own business. And I was like, either this is a really weird coincidence, or the universe is telling me something and it's just meant to be. Either way, I thought it was a really cool either coincidence or a sign from the universe. And it just made me even more and more excited to get to know this deck. So when I got home, I interviewed my deck. It talked a lot about, you know, giving me like the tools, or rather the inspiration to pursue things that I want. It's all based on like success and self-improvement. They were also saying that like they can't move mountains. It is up to me to defeat those things, but they will help guide me. And that's exactly what I need right now, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm very, very thankful for that find. I think that was just really exciting. It made my day, made my week. And yeah, thanks for letting me share that, you know, if you're into that or not. But yeah, that was my tarot crow story. Oh. My life is getting far more chaotic than I intended it to, but that's okay. I'm rolling with it. Wow. Okay. Bringing it back. That was a lot. I'm not out of tea to drink, but I am actually out of tea to spill. So thank you guys so much for being here. This was lovely. This was a wonderful time. I always love having you guys in my space here with me and allowing me to vent to you about my week or tell you fun and interesting stories. I'm sorry that mentally it was everywhere. I'm very hyperactive today, but I hoped that some of the stories that I said, whether it be talking about Adderall, sorry, whether it was me talking about C4 or, you know, your own femininity or like gender identity or, you know, spirituality, tarot decks, I hope something resonated with you or you were able to take some of that in, or you just purely just enjoyed hearing me babble on like a fucking idiot. I really enjoyed having you here. This is quite the fun little blessing. So yeah, if you enjoyed watching this, hit that like button, and you might as well hit the subscribe button because they're like right next to each other, you know, especially if you want to see more of me. I want to see more of you. So, you know, like unrequited love sort of situation. Anyways, comment down below if you liked anything that I said, if it resonated with you, or if you just want to share parts of your week with me. I love to hear it. The comment section is honestly one of my favorite parts about making YouTube videos. But yeah, I think that's all I got. I hope everyone had a safe and wonderful October, and I'll see you come November. Yeah. Anyways, I'm Sue Perspective, and thanks for having tea with me. Bye. Wow, I really just went at the speed of light. I need a nap. Or some more C4. Ooh, probably that one.